Sorry, this door is blocked off.
Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto kuro kattada. Fiora tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu da bicarana cenirara. Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre bavano flank turu na saganich. Grava no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grimpatada. Tele ronda nana nintolo gradatira. Tele wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Relibe curonto sa mele grima con corre gimbasa. Rechu kantrada suma con cere non grum grum. Gel ractada cemense bingaro rukototo unde chuchura ramananza. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Relibe curonto sa mele grima con corre gimbasa. Rechu kantrada suma con cere non grum grum. Gel ractada cemense bingaro rukototo unde chuchura ramananza. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Der rinto runto wakavre kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane gra dall'onuta choloren. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Relibe curonto sa mele grima con corre gimbasa. Rechu kantrada suma con cere non grum grum. Gel ractada cemense bingaro rukototo unde chuchura ramananza. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Der rinto runto wakavre kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane gra dall'onuta choloren. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Relibe curonto sa mele grima con corre gimbasa. Rechu kantrada suma con cere non grum grum. Gel ractada cemense bingaro rukototo unde chuchura ramananza. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen. Der rinto runto wakavre kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane gra dall'onuta choloren. Tere wana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ru kavre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemeno totorere senesensen.
Yes.
Let's go. I'll have this open in no time. Child's play.
What do you want now? She was the agricultural administrator of Dantooine. After the Sith attacked, she kept us. We'd had problems with Mandalorian mercenaries, but after the war, many soldiers from both. The difference between an out-of-work mercenary and a bandit is just a vibra-blade's edge. The only thing the farmers give, they're also.
I heard a rumor that the administrator met with a Jedi. If that's true, I'll quit. I'm gonna work for someone that associates with them.
Do you actually believe a Jedi would return here? After all they've done to us? They wouldn't dare.
They certainly would. You remember how they were. Always so superior, so arrogant, and never lending a hand when we really needed them.
I still don't believe it.
You should. My cousin's friend, he used to tend the gardens around the Enclave. He swears he saw a Jedi in Kunda. Could be hiding anywhere.
Well, I hope it's true. I hear there's a bounty on them, and we could certainly use the money.
Unless somebody beats you to it.
The salvagers keep coming here and bothering the militia. That Garavik is the worst of them. If it weren't for the Jedi, we'd be a prosperous community. They brought us nothing but trouble.
Welcome to Kunda. You're a salvager, right? You'll need to see Administrator Adare to get access to the ruins. If you need directions to anything else, just ask. Garavik is a salvager, the worst one of the lot. Try to stay clear of him. He's a dangerous one to cross. You're not. The only heavily armed people that visit us are either salvagers or mercenaries, and you don't look quite gritty enough to be a mercenary. The things that would most interest you are our weapon merchant and Zeron, the leader of our militia. Akere is still around here somewhere too. He sells droid components. Just go to the central corridor and make a right. His shop is the first on the right. If you get into any trouble, he's the person you'd contact. Unfortunately, recent problems with the salvagers and mercenaries have kept him quite busy. He's at the militia headquarters. Just make a right at the central corridor, and the headquarters is one of the rooms furthest in the back. The mercenaries cause disruptions for some of our outlying settlers. They are a constant source of friction for us. I hear the salvagers are having some internal problems too. No, I couldn't. If you're really interested in that, just speak to Zeron. We hope it will become the new center of government for the settlers. The Administrator has been trying to organize us in the wake of the Jedi Civil War. We're a small group of settlers on the edge of Republic space. The building isn't large, but it's only the beginning. Certainly. Her office is directly behind this room. You really can't miss it. She can see you now if you like.
A lot of people here hate Jedi, but when they were here, they tried helping us. I don't blame them.
Are you waiting for the Administrator too? You won't have to wait too long. But if you want results, now that you may never get here. Kunda's like a droid without its power cell. Useless. We have problems all over, and the most you can get out of the Administrator is a pat in the back.
I'm sick of all their excuses and empty words. I need justice now.
I fought in the war, and I know how to use my blaster rifle. If the Administrator or Zeron doesn't do something, then I will.
Yes, I fought in the Jedi Civil War. I guess we won. You couldn't tell here, though. Feels like we've been forsaken by the Republic.
The war was very unkind to Dantooine. That hidden enclave cost us a great deal. A great deal.
Salvagers are the problem. They strip bare the ruins that belong to the people of Dantooine. Then they sell what they find back to us at inflated prices.
I'm not a violent man. I've had my share of it in the war. I sincerely hoped I could just hang my blaster rifle on the wall as a souvenir for my grandchildren.
But I can't farm without my equipment.
My farm is the closest to the Enclave ruins. It has to be someone nearby, and if the mercenaries wanted it, they'd just take it in broad daylight. The closest place besides that is the salvager camp, so it has to be them. You ever met one of them? Thievery wouldn't be too far a stretch for any of them. The other day I had to take a shot at one of them. Soon someone is going to get killed, and Dantooine has enough trouble without that. A lot of farming equipment. It's not even valuable, just important for the moisture vaporators and hydroprocessors. The thief must be desperate for credits. It's hard to deal with womp rats when you got a gundark on your back. I believe she'll get around to it, but I think by then it'll be too late.
I understand that the wheels turn slowly on this sort of thing, but my crops are in immediate danger. The salvaging laws on Dantooine are a mess, and in my mind they favor the salvagers.
I suppose you could. Actually, you almost look like a salvager.
If you could go to this salvager camp and convince the salvager Joran to return my modulator, I would be very grateful.
I'm not rich, but I have some souvenirs from the war I could give you. It's right next to the ruins of the Jedi Enclave. Just follow the smell. You can't miss them. That's great. I'm certainly not getting any help around here. If you need to know anything more, just ask me.
Any luck on getting my... Before the Mandalorian Wars, we were making great gains in civilizing this world. The Kinrath and Kath Hounds were mainly under control. We were small, but prosperous.
Then the Republic gets invaded by those flaming Mandalorians. Then a few years after that, the Jedi Civil War. We're lacking in manpower and supplies. Add to that the mercenaries. I feel a certain empathy with them, but that doesn't make them any less of a problem for us. War is brutal, and the Jedi Civil War was worse than most. After that, a lot of us veterans didn't even have a home to go to. Others just got lost. The war trained us to fight. Some of us just wanted to look for the next battle. It was easier than dealing with what was waiting at home.
Many of the mercenaries here were just foot soldiers on both sides of the conflict. Now they're just trying to make a life for themselves. That's true. Discipline is the only thing that keeps an army from becoming an armed mob. These mercs don't seem to have much discipline at all. That could mean disaster for all of us.
What do you want to know? If you're really going to help me, I'll tell you anything you want to know about it. It's right next to the ruin.
What brings you to Kunda? Do you have any troubles to report? I'm here to help. I just hope you aren't here about Garevik. Well, call me a defective protocol droid. Manners, right. I'm Barun Modrol. I'm Captain Zeron's right-hand man. I help run the militia here. Well, that makes it sound more important than I am. Zeron takes a hands-on role in running the militia. If you have any real trouble, you'd have to go to him anyway. This is sensitive. It's not really a secret, though. A lot of people are upset with Zeron. He's a hard man and doesn't answer to anybody. Except, I suppose, the administrator. The thing is, he expects everyone to follow all the laws. That's not normally a bad thing, but the mercenaries are used to having a bit more freedom. So it's like Zeron keeps prodding a rancor with a stun stick. To a rancor, it's just a minor nuisance. But if you keep at it, he's going to fight back. The mercenaries aren't unreasonable. They're mostly just war veterans looking for work. But Zeron just keeps poking them. So he has to get involved to make sure that the militia does what he wants. Otherwise, we'd probably give the mercenaries some room. Dantooine has had mercenaries on it for years. I've talked with some, and they're not unreasonable. There's got to be some sort of compromise we can both live with. Using my own analogy against me? The mercenaries aren't rancors. They're people, like you and me. But if you keep provoking them, it's just dangerous. I think we should be working on getting along. It's hard to follow orders that have you make things worse. That's a good way of looking at it. I may not agree with the captain, but I guess I should make everyone fall in line. I still worry that he may provoke the mercenaries into something more dangerous. But I suppose he may know something I don't. Thanks. I don't even want to get into it. Ask around if you want to know the details. It'll just make my headache worse if I talk about it. I don't know what we'd do without Administrator Adare. She managed to plow through a lot of the family bickering once the Sith left during the war. She's kept us together. Oh, and Zeron too, I suppose. This is the thing. So, the mercenary... So he has... Maybe. It's hard to say. They meet a lot, but it seems to me they let each other alone for the most part. I'm sure there's a lot going on with the militia that the administrator doesn't even know about. It's tricky. You see, I think Zeron may be taking this whole thing a little personal. I'm not sure. Just a guess. I also think he's doing more to provoke them than just investigating every complaint against them hard. He's up to something. If someone could just ask a few questions, turn up some answers, maybe see if Zeron isn't being completely honest with the rest of us, well, then maybe he should be replaced. Just a lot of little things don't add up. It could just be a surprise party, but I think Zeron takes this problem very personal. So if you happen to find something out like that, you should see Administrator Adare. If you have to do some footwork to check into things, you'll be compensated. We should probably talk about something else. I hate going behind the captain's back. I just feel... I just have a feeling about it. I don't even want to get into it. I don't know what we do with... I'll tell you anything that's public knowledge. Most militia news passes by me and Zeron. I might be able to help. Oh, sorry. If you're brand new to these parts, you may not have any issues with Garevik, unlike most everyone else. You're fortunate not to know him. He's a salvager. His purpose in life seems to be causing us headaches. I can tell he's back in Kunda just by the pounding in my head. If you're not here about Garevik, do you have some other problem? I'll tell... You should see Administrator Adare about that. She'll be able to set you up. You're not a typical salvager, so I don't expect you'll have any trouble there. Oh, you heard about that. We have so much to look into that Sulru's concern is pretty low on our list. We asked the salvagers, but they claim that the salvager responsible is nowhere to be found. I've heard that rumor too. People get really riled up about Jedi around here. Some people seem to have a selective memory. During the war, the Jedi were a big help here. They did everything for us, from clearing out dangerous beasts to solving a murder investigation. I try to stay out of it, though. Standing up for Jedi is one way to become unpopular around here. Easy to say for someone that doesn't live here. I'd rather grab an unshielded power coupling than get involved in that debate. The militia's dealing with enough already. You're not wrong there. For what good it'll do, if it comes up, I'll say what I think is right. You happy? I hope so. You may be my only friend in a few days. Talking about Jedi is just depressing these days. Any other cheerful problems you want to talk about? I'm here to... All right, stay out of trouble now.
Tochi monas runta, yun bola, wata gratonchi mulira, pitasa cantone tosha. Posoma oritushniki pamba, ora, dino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek, posoma oritushniki pamba, ora, dino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek, posoma oritushniki pamba, ora, dino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tong hitwamaji. Yumaliba to atong into tune. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tong hitwamaji. Yumaliba to atong into tune. Insoranaka megunsoji. Nekchi unabola monchi watatong. Sobodono viserchamaka. Dawanga nochi? Roren, manama, kochpa ino shan opora. Barachi no sukangkadon, makamando runo intervela ino. Unisidom kanakin mochi so akadla, inkin kunma bolira michiki kun. Jenish milaka wachino so impos morcha chani rikasan. Wala kun bisking mupal muliras nemo poiduana. Bararanta miki sikosas. Yewenarama inososh miki sa winsor michi inkaranich wi okapom. Niko bolotong la do chong now. Barachi no sukankadon, makamando runo intervela ino. Yunisidom kanakin mochi so akadla. Inkin kun ma bolira michiki kun. Barachi no sukangkadon makamando uruno intervela ino. Yunisidom kanakin mochi so akadla. Inkin kun ma bolira michiki kun. Bararanta miki sikosos. Yewengarama ino sos miki sa winsor michi inkaranit wi okapom. Niko bolotong la do chong now. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta ma sapa. Tong hitwamaji. Yuma liba to ato into tune. Poso ma britush niki tuk tuk pamba. Bora. Dino morira nibo non kin un pat no koktak. Manosaf piti manapasa. Hey, drogo yuto son zata. Dawanga nochi? Roren, manama, kochpa ino shan opora. Chuta kokpa, rodanga nini shota shokato. Chuba me masik ratak forfeta. Ni honka kratog, jibut malia bit hatawa. In soranaka me gonsoji. Ritu.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it? If you're looking for help from the militia, talk to Baroon first. If we can help you, he'll send you back my way. You got any other reason for coming to militia headquarters? There are better places to explore and better people to know. I'm sure you have your reasons, though. I'm sure you got questions of your own. And if you're interested, I might have some work for you. You want something? Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable haul the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garvik says he won the whole claim in a Pazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses. But nobody remembers Garvik ever playing Pazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands. I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want something? You really should talk to Baroon about general questions. There aren't more than a dozen of us, and there's too many problems. People keep hoping that the Republic sends help. But we gotta help ourselves. She's smart. She gets things done. The whole place would fall apart without her. Dantooine isn't the center of much anything. Our most talented people sometimes leave. Hard for someone to stay a farmer when they have the itch to do something greater. So we're lucky the administrator never went elsewhere. I bet she'd make a decent senator, even. It's our home. Might be the start of an honest capital someday. Right now, it's not much more than a swoop bike stop. I don't have anything to say about that. You want? I've seen a lot of visitors come through Kunda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Kunda Plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it. Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the Civil War. Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart about such things. Very. The Kinrath you see on the plains aren't as tough as the ones inside the caves. They may not look much different, but they are tough. We used some explosives to seal the cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance even closer to us. I know there are crystals in there too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credits. Too many Kinrath, though. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find. That's all I can ask. You want something?
A visitor. Please, come in. Welcome to Kunda. I am Administrator Turina Adari. You're the owner of the, ship that just landed? Depending on your business here, the pleasure may be mutual, but you didn't answer my question. Is that ship yours? And unless I'm much mistaken, that's the Ebon Hawk. That vessel has been on Dantooine before, during the war. That was a Jedi vessel. My point is that the previous owner of that ship was a very influential Jedi, and Jedi are not as admired here as they once were. Right or wrong, our settlers blame the Jedi and their hidden enclave for their suffering. I remember the old Jedi Masters and the considerable help they lent to Dantooine. I still maintain discreet connections with Jedi. I suppose your arrival here is no coincidence. My friend, let's just call him Vrook. We've known each other for many years, and our continued friendship could create many problems in the current political climate. He came to Dantooine not too long ago. He was looking into something quite important. He's gone missing recently. Did he send for you in case something went wrong? Vrook and I had a mutually beneficial arrangement for several weeks. He went to the Jedi Enclave sublevel recently and hasn't returned. I know the sublevel is dangerous. I'm starting to fear the worst. Would you be willing to go to the ruins of the Enclave to look for him? We are fortunate that you've come. Don't expect it to be easy, though. Things rarely are with Jedi. I will have one of the militia transmit permissions to the Enclave's security door. Go expecting danger, for you will most certainly find it there. Is there anything else I can assist you with? I have no doubt that Barun means well, but I have every confidence in Zeron. I would ask you to ignore anything Barun asked of you. He doesn't see the full scope. I realize that I'm asking you for help, but you must also know that I am the head of this nominal government. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to divulge all information to you. To most people in the galaxy, the distinction between Sith and Jedi is a blurry one, especially since most Sith were once Jedi. It is complicated by the fact that Malak and Revan were great heroes of the Republic and famed Jedi Knights. But a few years later, they were leading an armada which threatened everyone. And here on Dantooine, the Jedi Enclave provoked a brutal occupation by the Sith. It could have been far worse, but even now the damage has not been fully mended. I don't think everyone hates Jedi. If just a few people changed their minds or spoke up, it could make a great deal of difference. I think that we need the help of the Jedi. If the Jedi's reputation isn't redeemed, the consequences could be quite regrettable. Until then, I would keep your identity secret. There are plenty of opportunities to assist people on Dantooine. Too many, I'm afraid. I would go to the militia headquarters and make your intentions known there. Besides that, just listen and ask around. Who do you want to know about? There are 3 groups of people on the planet right now. The settlers, salvagers, and the mercenaries. Dantooine is one of the younger worlds of the Republic. A couple of generations ago, this world was still untamed. We made great progress, in no small part due to the Jedi. But recently, we have been losing ground. During the war, the most prominent settler families either fled or were executed by the Sith. Losing their resources and the Jedi was too great a loss. But now we are organizing and starting to truly work together. Once we achieve that, I am confident that Dantooine can be safe and prosperous again. They are a necessary inconvenience. Money has been a great concern to us, ever since the Sandrals and Matalays were removed during the Jedi Civil War. The agricultural exports we produce just cover basic maintenance. To expand and prosper, we needed credits, so we had to exploit a valuable resource we had, the ruins of the Jedi Enclave. It was not a decision lightly made, and even then we couldn't do the work ourselves. Too dangerous, and every settler matters on our small world. So we opened the door to enterprising salvagers. The salvagers you see now are the last remnants of that force. The tithe we took from their claims sustains what semblance of government you see now. We plan on using those credits to improve production and protect our world. We have enough to sustain ourselves until more prosperous times. We tolerate their presence because we must, and they generally follow our laws. But their time is almost over. The Jedi Enclave's sublevel is the only place left with reasonable salvage, and it has too many dangers for them. The salvagers aren't warriors. Generally, they are out-of-work miners or cast-offs from other worlds. Mercenaries have been a problem for Dantooine since the end of the Mandalorian Wars. When the Jedi Enclave was here, they were firmly kept in check. But now, relations are uneasy between us. Their leader, Azkul, was a Sith trooper during the war, and I have no doubt he was very good at his job. Until they find work, tensions will grow. If you want to know more, I suggest you talk with Barun in the militia headquarters. He would have more details. Certainly.
I heard a rumor that the administrator met with a Jedi. If that's true, I'll quit.
Zeron keeps goading the mercenaries. I think he should let the little things slide. He's making things worse for everyone.
Your luck is not of the hapless settler. You are the newcomer that lands in a battered ship, yes. No friendly greetings are here for you. Many of the weak are skilled in manners, but I am not weak. Do not seek to insult me again. I am done being inconvenienced by you. Another interruption. You must not have heard who I am. Waste another's time, not mine. Someone less important.